A large tree right in front of me creaked loudly and then split in two, falling toward me. My eyes widened in horror as I tried to run out of its way. But the pavement was too slippery. All of a sudden, I was on the ground, not realizing I had fallen, until the shooting pain in my left knee forced my eyes to shut involuntarily and almost took over my senses completely. But the tree was still coming at me, and I had to save myself. I forced my eyes open and rolled sideways, only to realize that I was going in the same direction as the cracked trunk. I didn't even have time to scream. And then everything happened as if in slow motion. The tree came crashing, and I couldn't move out of its way. But then it suddenly flipped in midair and landed away from me. Behind it, someone stood. His two hands were open in front of him, and their movement matched the trail of the trunk as it rolled, as if he guided its course. The whole thing took just a few seconds, though in my mind it felt like it lasted forever. I looked up. You? It was the guy from the car. I recognized his face.
Are you all right?
He rushed to my side. How? The words left me. My torturing pain mixed with confusion. What had just happened? What had I just seen?
Can you stand?
How could he? That tree was about to crush me. I was supposed to be dead right now, or dying, or waking up in a hospital. But out of nowhere, he was there, with his hands in front of him, moving the tree away. Did you? I groaned, my voice hoarse from agony, as I pointed at the tree, still shocked from what I saw. He ignored my words.
You fell hard. Are you okay?
His voice had warmth. His eyes observed me with worry. Your hands. I tried again. I had to know, but only a mere blurred mumble came out of me when I spoke. Giving up talking, I tried to push myself to stand, but I could barely move my leg from the pain.
You're injured.
I looked up, nodding. Our eyes met, and again there was warmth between us. He seemed to hesitate. He looked around him, as if to see whether someone could witness what he was about to do. Then he breathed out tensely, cursed, and kneeled beside me.
For what it's worth,
he muttered under his breath. He held his hands just over my left knee. Instant warmth spread from them, and relief washed all over me. For a moment, I closed my eyes to savor the soothing sensation. Ease, heat, and release engulfed me, intoxicating, almost addictive, calling to me, making me feel safe and loved. I never wanted it to stop, but it did. I opened my eyes to see a look of surprise on his face as he observed his own hands in disbelief. I stretched my leg, barely any pain. How did you just do that?
Acupressure.
He answered too fast, that look of amazement still in his eyes. He seemed just as shocked as I was that he could heal me. But only for a moment. He caught himself and went serious again, as though he were well practiced at masking what he felt from the world. Now that my pain was gone, I got a better look at him. He was slim, but the kind that you knew had strength, like long-distance runners, and although he kneeled, I could tell he was taller than my dad. My glance fell on the large hands that had healed me using acupressure. Acupressure? Hold on. But you didn't even touch me. And how did he move that tree out of the way without touching that either? Again, he didn't respond to what I said.
We shouldn't stay out here. Can you stand?
I glanced at him, a question in my eyes, but he moved his gaze down to my knee. No, he wasn't going to tell me. Would I, if I were in his place? I knew I wouldn't. I'd completely deny it. Whatever he was would be his deepest secret. And he was right. We had to get out of here. I tried to stand now. It worked. It hurt, but only a bit.
Do you live close? I'll walk you home or drive you.
I smiled. No way I would say no to him twice. And if there was even a chance that he would tell me how he'd... Just over there. I turned and pointed. Then I stopped. Across the road from my house, I could barely make out a tall figure staring at us.
Try a few steps.
His voice brought me back. When I glanced toward the house again, the figure was gone.
What?
"In nothing," I replied. "I thought I saw someone on the other side of the road." Alarm clouded his eyes. But again, the emotion was fleeting, and he faked a smile all too quickly, masking his concern at having been seen.
It must have been a shadow or something.
He said.
A person would have rushed to help us. Let's get you home.
His voice had that warmth in it again, but I could also sense heat. He looked at me like a man looks at a woman he wants to be around longer than he can. We started slowly. My clothes were soaked and muddy from the fall, but I didn't care. I couldn't help observing him as he walked beside me, but a little distant, as if trying to avoid touching me. I found myself wishing that he did. I liked his style. He was taller than I thought, and more muscular, the natural kind. Power radiated from him as he walked. I waited for the next street lamp to get a better glance at his face. He was gorgeous. Bright sapphires met my gaze, and his hair, black as the night, fell wet on his forehead. From that moment on, his eyes never left me. "I just realized I don't know your name. I'm Amber. Amber Bird."
Nice to meet you, Amber.
He smiled. I liked his smile. It was not perfect, like you see in commercials. Instead, it had edge, and I couldn't help noticing those full lips. I waited, but he just kept walking beside me. "And you are?" I had to ask. He kept smiling but shook his head. "Fine then," I sighed. He just laughed. Silence took over. It would have been easier if we talked, because my thoughts now started to race. Who was this handsome stranger who saved me? I played back in my mind everything that had just happened. How? How did he do it? The way he'd moved the tree, and what I felt when he'd healed me. It should be impossible. And yet, we almost reached the house. I slowed even more. Every second with him could be the last, and I didn't want him to go. Would we meet again? Did he live in my city, or was he just driving through? Would I ever find out what really happened and how I was alive right now? He walked me to the doorway. The old 3-story house blocked the wind, and the small stone lion statue by the stairs looked almost alive with the rain bouncing off its head. It was the darkest house around. Electricity and lights weren't just down to a minimum. It was empty. At least my parents weren't home to worry about me after what just happened, but that was normally a given. I unlocked the door and opened it. "Do you want to come in? A cup of hot coffee?" To think that I'd refused to enter his car, and now I wanted to be alone with him in an empty house.
I don't drink coffee.
Really? Tea, then? I caught the longing and wonder in his eyes. He wanted to come in, I could tell. His eyes moved to my lips and my heart quickened. But then he shut them and took a step back. It felt forced.
I'm good, thank you.
He said. Me too. I meant it in so many ways. I would not be conscious right now if it wasn't for him. Is there any way at all that I can thank you? Any way that he could stay with me longer? He shook his head.
Just be safe. Goodbye, Amber.
He turned to leave, but I stopped him. At least, tell me your name. He hesitated. I swallowed, waiting. Again he smiled, but sadly this time.
It's better this way.
He looked at me, as if trying to imprint a memory of me on his mind. Then, he walked away.